Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to JJ's PC Builds. Let me get my camera set. There. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And I see we got a couple new subscribers. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the JJ's PC Builds community. And my veteran subscribers, as always, much love to you for all that you do, helping support the channel. You know what today is? Today is graphics card nightmares right here on JJ's PC Builds. And this looks like it's going to be the last graphics card nightmares on for 2023. Also, too, I'm thinking that, I know you guys love this so much so well. So what I'm going to do for 2024 is I'm going to change the name up on this series, and you'll see in 2024 what it's going to be. But I'm not going to give you the hint away. You're going to have to wait and see how that's going to roll. So you'll have to wait. But anyway, we can get it started today. Let's see if we got everything all in order, which we probably don't. Well, we don't. So let's go ahead and just get everything all set like we normally have it. There we go. And, there. Normally we have it set normal, but we don't have it set normal today. So let's go ahead and get it normally set for today. There we go. And move this down just a hair dab. There we go. So y'all don't got to see that extra BS in the background. Okay, now that we got it all set, let's go ahead and type in Amazon and see what Amazon's got cooking. Now, I'm going to tell you, if y'all see this build right here, this Saturday, tomorrow, be here, because this is going to be the finishing result of this PC right here. So make sure y'all stick around for that. Let's go ahead and go to Amazon. What you do is you go up here to the top where it says all. You flip down to where it says computers, graphics card for gaming PCs. Now, I'm sorry, the 4090 at $2,600. You look at last week's, they had it down around 2,000, and now it's up to 2,600. And I know everybody's going to say, well, it's because they're going to change it up and everything else. Well, you know what? The 4090D has not come out yet. Them trying to soak everybody for $2,600 is just ridiculous. 4060 Ti at 419. 3060, 289. So far that's the lowest price I've seen right there for the 3060. The only difference, there's not, never mind. My thoughts will get me into trouble if I say what's on my mind, and I'm sure I'll say it on the live stream tomorrow. So, see, because you look here, just as an example, you get a 5900X, you get a 3080 Ti and Windows 11 for $1,875. Now, if you're getting all that, why would you go for something like this? This right here is like the price of a whole PC in itself. Maybe two. Think about it. Really. I want you guys to really think about this. Um, I mean, 4060 Ti, 16 gigabytes, and I don't know. I don't think I would pay that much for it. Maybe y'all would pay for it like that if you got that kind of money. Make sure you got your drink and snacks, by the way. Moving on down the road. I mean, 4090, 2500. I don't see the prices going down. Okay, everybody says, well, the prices are going down. The prices are going down. The prices ain't going to go down until after January and CES when NVIDIA makes their announcements on their new graphics cards. That's going to determine the prices. You never know what Jensen has an offer. He might jack up the prices and say, guess what? You're going to pay more. It's a possibility, so do expect it. 6800 XT, $499. Not too bad. Okay, now the 6800 XT and the performance is not too bad. Okay, for $500. But there are speculations, and believe it or not, 4070 OC. I'm glad I got mine at $599 and plus the discounts and everything else. Y'all, I have put that in a previous video. Y'all need to go watch that. Let's see. Is this a nightmare? Yes. It is very much a big nightmare. I mean, $400 for a 6800. You spend $100 more, you get a 6800 XT. It's within the $100 values. Now, the 7800 XT Power Color Red Devil. Oh, I got right here. I got the Hellhound, 7800 XT Hellhound for $529. That wasn't a bad deal at the time I got it. So as we can see that Amazon has no great pricing this week. So let's go to Newegg and see what they got. Let's see what Newegg has to offer as far as graphics cards. Oh, bleh. Well, $300 for a 6700 XT is not too bad. I mean, that's not too bad. $2350, that's not too bad. But it is pricey. You know, I mean, I hear a lot of people switching from the 4090s over there to the 7900 XTX. You know, I'm hearing a lot of that because they hear that a lot of good things coming out from AMD. So, you know, that's where their price focus was at, especially with the 7900 XTX not being at a bad deal price. But, okay, we got 3070 and the 6800 at the same price. That's bad. I mean, that's bad when you got your previous gen to this. If you're trying to compare, 6800 XT is going to run better than the 3070. So you're looking at these two prices, which one to get. You know, I can tell you the 6800 XT is going to run better than the 3070. I mean, 4090 with DLSS 3, 7800 XT, $539. Oh, it's two fans. So a lot of people are looking for two fan deals. Here's one of them. 4070 Ti. I'm going to tell you this. The way I'm seeing prices right now, I would be hell bent to tell you all to wait. $979, that's not bad for 7900 XTX. But if you got the 4080 Super coming out, and if they price it down lower than the 7900 XTX, then, January might be the way to go, waiting on to see what's going to be cooking. I'm hell bent to tell you all to wait. But if you want a graphics card now, that's up to you. But I can tell you the prices are not that great. Now the 4070 for $549, and you get a Game Pass for GeForce Now Priority for 3 months. You figure it's $20 a month times 3. That's $60 next. Let's get our calculator out. I know you all love the calculator. So we look at $550, and we're minusing $60, just to say. So getting the Game Pass puts this GPU down at $490. Now you ask, why does it do that? Because you're getting 3 months of gaming with the $60 value on top of the $549. So if you want to look at it like this, it's actually a $600, value for $549. But if you take and you deduct that $60 off from the $549, that's actually for 3 months. That's, for 3 months of gameplay. With this card, you're only paying that amount. But if you average it, you saved about maybe, you figure you saved about $60 anyway. So if you want to look at it that way, I look at it that way because, that's what it does bring the cards down to. So something to think about. They got a 4060 for $299. That's if you're looking for, a 4060, which, that's not too bad, especially with the 3-month Game Pass. What else? Right here, 4070, $549, $60 Game Pass. Something to think about. Limited offer, 3080 Ti. I wouldn't spend that for a 3080 Ti. I wouldn't even spend quarter of that for a 3080 Ti. Most I would spend for a 3080 Ti would be $400. Let's come up to reality for a moment and breathe. 4070, $599. Jeez. A lot of nightmares here. A lot of nightmares. Why would you spend $439 to get yourself an 8 gigabyte card? It just doesn't make sense. Why would you buy an 8 gigabyte card? I would tell you, everybody's telling me that 16 gigabytes is the minimal now. But I hate to tell y'all, 12 gigabytes still runs just as good. So the minimal I see is from 12 gigabytes up. Okay. I really don't recognize the 8 gigabyte cards, but if you're into the old time gaming and stuff like that, then the 8 gigabyte cards will work just as well. So, if you want to look at it that way, but, everybody's looking at these new games and everything else. Even Newegg doesn't even, the only thing that I seen on Newegg that was good was they had the 4070 down at $549. Now you would think and I'm going to bring my face back up to you all so you all can see me real quick. Oh, did it again. Okay. You all would think that with the new 40 Super Series coming out, that they would have lowered their prices already, knowing that in January, the 40 Super Series is going to be announced. And we're not that far from January. We're only a couple days away from January. Today's the 29th, tomorrow's the 30th, and the next day is the 31st. And then after that, you got 8 days until CES. So you got less than 2 weeks before the new prices are going to come out on the 4070 Super. Wouldn't you have thinking they would have started lowering them by now? It's got me suspicious. And when I say it's got me suspicious to the fact that are they actually going to lower the prices? Or are they going to actually leave the prices the same and then raise the prices up on the Super Series? So right now, the way it's looking like is it's leaning towards that they're going to jack up the prices on the Super Series. That's what it's leaning towards, what I think it's leaning towards. But when we get down to the last 5 days, we're going to check those prices to see if they went more or less. We're going to see if it went higher or lower. And that'll be on the next video Friday. Well, let's see. Let's do our agronomic mathematics here. Let's do our mathematics. Okay, so it will be the 5th of January. We'll have another video on this. The 5th. So, by the 5th, we'll know. That pulls it right close to the time that they're going to be doing CES, and I'm sure they're going to be slipping up on the prices by then. So let's see what they slip up on next week. Okay, let's go to eBay. eBay, e-waste, same shit. No matter what, they all pull it out of the garbage. And they sell it here on eBay. Buy it now because I don't want to deal with all that crap. Let's see. Oh, 5700 XT is not a bad gaming graphics card. It's not bad. But for $150, I expect probably next year the price should be coming down on those because that's the 5000 series. And depending on how much support that, AMD is going to be doing with these, oh, wow. Hold on a minute. I think I forgot to switch the screens. Let's go back. We're on e-waste here. See, sorry about that. Hell, I boobered one time or another. So, I don't know. Plus, they tack on the shipping. If the seller wants you to buy something, they should say free shipping. And use their common sense. But they don't. They want to sell you for the price they want, plus they want you to pay for it to be shipped to your door. That's just ridiculous, I think. 3080 10 gigabyte, $459. You know what? I watch these GPU shows that fix these GPUs, and I see a lot of these go through their hands. And that gives me a different perspective on, these older GPUs. It's just giving me a really big perspective on it. And the one GPU I did not see go through their hands as of yet is the RTX 4070 or the 7800 XT. Got to figure that one out. And I hate to tell you, when they build these certain type of GPUs that are built to last, now the 4070 Super, everybody's talking about it might be the next big thing. You know, they're saying 4070 Super might be the next big thing. As far as it getting 10 to 15% more performance than the 4070, it's going to have a price tag to it. And don't think NVIDIA is not going to put a price tag to it. I mean, 6750 XT, that's not a bad card. But if they would have left the shipping off, that would have been different. Like this one right here, 6600, 189. They got free shipping, free returns. That's smart selling. That's not stupid selling. They got 3 products that they sold, and they got 5-star ratings. Go figure. Well, actually, no, they sold 49, and they got 3 product ratings. So if out of that 49, and they only got 3 reviews, then I guess the rest of the ones that were sold were cake. They're perfect. So if they're not getting a review on it, it's not negative, and I mean, that's how you gotta look at it. GTS, 580 GTS. No, sirree. 239 for the Acer Predator graphic card Bifrost Intel Arc 770 220 gigahertz. You know, what surprised me about the 7900 XT was it only gets up to 2.4 gigahertz. But if I wanted to push it, I could probably push it higher. But from what I'm seeing right now, you can clock it up to 3 gigahertz. But for it to get up there, that's kind of the issue that I got right now with it, is because you can't clock it over to 3 gigahertz. Unless I got the button wrong, which that son of a bitch. Sorry. We're going to experiment today. I'm going to tell you that much. We are going to experiment today. I see I made a boo-boo on something. It's not my first, and it's not going to be my last, and I'm only human, so we're making boo-boos. 6600 XT for 190? I don't think so. Now, when you can get the 6650 XT for like 20 or 30 bucks more, hell no. 3080 Ti Founders Edition? No, I don't like Founders Editions. Founders Editions, to me, don't really go over well because they don't push the performance like Asus and MSI and Gigabyte and, you know, so on, how they push their clocks. And they overclock their clocks, but having one of those Founders Edition cards, you're rarely to see it really hit the silicon lottery. I've had 4 people tell me the same thing. They're like, no, man. Those things are just collector's items, you know, or they just use it for basic, you know, stock testing. And, you know, far as overclocking it, you know, there's a little bit of an issue with the most recent ones. You know, that's kind of why, you know, NVIDIA AMD started backing away from doing Founders Editions is because they didn't want to give everybody the extra performance. And they wanted to hide the fact of the extra performance that these cards can do, but are locked away because of the bias that's on these cards. So that's kind of one that's kind of been in the back of my mind. We'll talk about more about that, in another video, but, it's just, there's a lot of things on my mind right now that I want to share with you guys, but I have to, do it right and give you the right information and make sure that you get the right information instead of the wrong information. I know sometimes you guys see me do a lot of synthetic bench testing, but I'm going to tell you this. It's just an average. It's not an actual. Okay, it's an average. Okay, if you're doing gameplay, that's going to be your actual. Okay, that's not going to be your average because, for whatever reason, they think that, when you do these little individual benchmarkings, that, when they're created, that the algorithm and everything else with them, is kind of like fake testing. That's why they call it synthetic, because they call it a fake test. But I hate to tell you this. When you run many of them, and the ones that I run are the ones that I feel are going to give me the best results, And let's go over here. Next stop, Micro Center. And a lot of the benchmarks that I do, a lot of your reviewers are using the same benchmarks. So, in actuality, don't judge a book by its cover. I show you, when I do my benchmarking, I show you exactly what I do. Now, a lot of your top reviewers are not doing that. They'll show you, oh yeah, we got this machine, we got that machine, we got this. We tested with this game and this and that. Do they really? Are you sure about that? Did they go from A to Z on that test? Did they show you from the beginning to the end of that test? No. They just show you the results. Me, on the other hand, I'm showing you from beginning to end. I'm not hiding nothing. I'm keeping this channel transparent. So I want you to keep that in mind when you go to judge me and give me negative thumbs downs on my videos. You better really think about it. Think about the fact of I'm showing you the testing I'm doing to get my results, to tell me how my computer systems are running. Okay, I'm not using everybody else's ideas. I'm formulating my own. So don't judge me about, how I test graphics cards. Don't judge me how I test processors or anything on the PC. So. I do my own independent tests. If I have the product in my hands. So let's see, 3 to ship. Let's see what the 3 to ship is. Okay, so they got a 4070 Ti Tough for $859. They got a white edition Zotac NVIDIA RTX 4080 Trinity, overclocked, and they got the 4070 Ti XLR8. I don't like those. Sorry. I don't like it if it says XLR8 because that kind of, I just don't. I've had friends tell me about it, and they said, don't do it. I mean, you don't want things locked and everything else. You just want something that's overclocked and ready to go. So 4070, $549. It's got the Game Pass with it. Like I said, $60 extra off because of the Game Pass, and you got 3 months. I guess this might be 1 month. Who knows? This might be 3 months. We don't know. Not too bad for the price. 30, 60, $299. No. Nightmares, yes. Something that I would buy, no. Let's see, $569 for 4070. Dual white. Huh. If you got a white build, but that looks like it's got a little bit of black into it, I doubt that's going to be good enough for your white build. 6950 XT. I want to explore this a little bit for a moment. I want you all to see this. Okay, so it's got 2 8-pins. Let's see. It's got 5,120 streaming processors. Boost core clock speed 2310. It's got 16 gigabytes of VRAM. DDR6, 256-bit bus. Supports DirectX 12. But you notice they didn't put on there? Doesn't support DirectX 12.1 or 12.2. That's what they didn't put on there. Triple slot, PCIe 4.0 interface, 850 watt power supply recommended, 2 years limited warranty, 2 years limited parts. Well, labor, they got 2 years limited, and parts 2 years. Yeah, you still get 2 years out of it. You can still get 2 years out of it for $549. And as far as performance wise, it definitely ranks higher than the 7800 XT and the RTX 4070, if you're wondering. It's like 10 to 12% higher. So keep that in mind. If you're ever looking for a 6950 XT, looks like Micro Center has one. I haven't seen those on Amazon or Newegg, anytime soon. Hellhound, 7900 XT, $749. You know what? We're going to get the calculator out. This is intriguing me a little bit. Okay, so we got $750, right? Minus that, let's say from the 7800 XT, which was, let's say $530. Let's just take it off to the top. So $220 difference between the 7800 XT and the 7900 XT. Which one are you going to be buying? I'm sure you'd be buying the 7800 XT. I guarantee that. Performance-wise, it'll catch up to the 7900 XT really quick. So do keep that in mind. I don't... Unless I test a Zotac, I'm not going to judge them. I'm just going to say I don't know about them because they have not, I have not bought anything from Zotac yet. So, or Gigabyte or MSI, some of these big companies I haven't bought from yet. So I'm not going to judge them totally, but I can tell you on what I hear. That's all I can tell you. I told you, if I test it and tell you about it, then if I test it here on my rig and it, if it's good or bad, I'm going to tell you. Either way, I'm going to tell you. So 7800 XT for $519. That's a Sapphire. Not too bad. That's not too bad. But I still like the deal that they will give 3 months of Game Pass on certain GPUs. So, but really, I wouldn't really recommend doing see right here, they got the same, this right here is the same that I got in my rig right now. So it's the Asus NVIDIA RTX 4070 dual overclock, dual fan. This is the same one I got in my rig. And they only reduced it down to $20 from, if I were to buy mine at $5.99, it's only been reduced down to $20 since it first came out. Do keep this in mind. And I'm still going to tell you, it's a hell of a card. It does everything I need. And I recommended it to many people and told them it is the shiz. Now, right here is this right here. This is what's in this rig right here. The 7800 XT Hellhound, $529. I got a surprise for you on Saturday, so y'all better make sure at 11 a.m. on Saturday you make it to the live stream. You make sure you make it to the live stream. 4060 Ti, no. We're moving on. We're moving on down the road. Rolling, rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Like I said, and Micro Center is right down to the brass tacks with their pricing too. Okay. They might have high prices, but the thing is this. They did not come down on their prices as far as I can see. Their prices as of last week to now really didn't change that much. So, I don't know. It's looking really grim. I'm going to tell you, it's looking really grim for the Super Series. Everybody says, well, I got a good feeling about the 4070 Super. That looks like it's going to be the hot pick of January of 2024. I'm not going to count it. I'm not going to put my eggs in that basket just yet. Until I see what comes out of Jensen's mouth and hear it, I'm not going to put my eggs in that basket. I might have bought their graphics card, yes. But I got AMD too. I got AMD integrated graphics. I got AMD discrete graphics. I got NVIDIA discrete graphics. I mean, I'm not a fanboy of any of it. I told you, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the technology, the hardware. So that's the way I put it, and that's the way it's going to be. So it is what it is. far as pricing in Micro Center, they got a couple good prices. Okay, don't get me wrong. They got a couple good prices in here for this week, but I can't really, fathom any, And I've been in Micro Center's. I've been in Micro Center's store before, the one in Tustin, California. Awesome staff. Awesome staff. I've seen their prices. I walked their whole store. I've walked through their whole store. I've seen a lot of great prices. I've seen a lot of high prices. I've seen a lot of awesome prices. They got some great motherboard prices. I can tell you that. Processor prices, they're not too shabby. Graphic card prices, they're not too bad. So overall, if you're looking to, and I'm going to tell you, if you're going to go to Micro Center, start when they first open and take your whole day and just go through it and look at all their pricings. Take your time, take the whole day, and just go and enjoy yourself. It's like Candyland. I can tell you that much. It's like Candyland. Micro Center did not sponsor me to say that. I'm saying that because I'm saying it on my own. They do got some great prices in there if you go to shop there. I drove 6 hours there one way, and I drove 6 hours back. And you know what I got from there? I got the 5600X3D that's in this rig, this motherboard as a combo pack. I got that from Micro Center. But the RAM, I did get G-Skill. I did get G-Skill 16 gigs of system RAM. But I wanted 32 gigs of G-Skill. Same RAM. They're the same, but this is just bigger. Same specs, but this is just bigger. That's all. So I wanted something bigger. And I told you all I got the Samsung 980 Pro. They did come in, and I got them. I can't believe I paid $103 for them. That was a steal. What are you going to do, right? But anyway, as far as my conclusion on Graphics Card Nightmare, this is our finale for 2023. As far as graphic card prices for the end of the year 2023, I really didn't see anything that's going to make me aware of the fact of that the prices are going to be coming down on the 4070 or the 4070 Ti or the 4080. I really didn't see today, and this is the 29th of December 2023. I didn't see any of the prices drop. If they were going to do these Super Series on graphics cards, and they were going to put it at a reasonable price, don't you think they would have dropped the prices down by now? Possibly. They still got another week before they think about dropping the prices down. So I'm thinking like maybe 2 or 3 days before CES that they might. Or if NVIDIA comes out and announces the prices a little bit early before CES, they might. So we're kind of playing by ear. But anyway, if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, welcome to the family. Welcome to JJ's PC Builds and my veteran subscribers, as always. Much love to you for all that you do, helping support the channel. Watching videos from beginning to end, and telling your friends to come on down and subscribe and watch videos from beginning to end right here. And also, too, make sure you're putting a positive thumbs up, which would be appreciated. Negative thumbs down. I'm going to tell you all like this. If you put it negative or you put it positive, it doesn't matter. That means you're liking or you're disliking or whatever the video. Okay? It's your decision what you want to put on there. If you like the videos, that's fine. If you don't like it, I understand. Okay? It's not going to break my heart. If you don't like my videos, it's not going to break my heart anytime soon. So, do understand that. And it's not going to piss me off neither. So if you think I'm going to get upset over the fact of that you put a dislike on my video, it's not going to make me mad. That just makes me work harder and wanting to do better videos. Which 2024 is around the corner. I'm going to have to come up with new ideas for new videos for the whole year. So, but just to let you know, negative thumbs down don't get me upset. I love the positive thumbs up. You know, I'm not perfect. Don't judge me. There's many reviewers out there. They have their own thought and their own way of doing things. I am doing my own way. Just understand that. So, until the next time and the next video, we will see you on the next one.